Okay, what's up? I'm back with another yap session. I think this is number 3. And if y'all don't know, I'm here with my dog. She's gonna be part of this video. Oh, look at her. She's so cute. Yeah, she's been very clingy lately. Like, she literally won't stop, like, harassing me. She wants to be with me all the time. She wants to be in my lap. So now she's here. So she's gonna be here with this story time. So this isn't a story time. It's more of like my journey of me accepting myself for who I am and how I became confident in myself, and also how I feel about, like, it's just like a whole yap. Okay, so I just want to start off by saying that, like, I, like everyone else, have insecurities. I believe everybody has something that they're insecure about. I don't care who you are. I think everyone has something that they wish they could change about themselves. They wish that, was better, like whatever it is. I think everyone has at least like one insecurity. Like, no matter how beautiful you are, no matter how gorgeous, no matter how photogenic you are, like, people have bro, Ariana Grande has insecurities. Like, she literally, I think she prefers like the right side of her face or something, and she'll always be like this, or like, you know what I mean? So, like, girl, even she has insecurities. Like, all the beautiful people that you've ever imagined, you probably think, oh, I want to be like her, I want to be like her, but really that girl wants to be like you, or they want to change something about herself, you know what I mean? So yeah, like, that was me growing up. I had insecurities, and one insecurity that I'm willing to share with y'all, because I normally don't talk about my insecurities because I feel like that's like lame. I feel like if you point out your insecurities, you're literally begging people to see the insecurity, and I like not to, like, point it out, because then, people are gonna notice. Some people don't even notice that you got a little dimple here or whatever, and that you don't like, or a little like mole or whatever. Like, people oftentimes don't even care or don't even notice or whatever, but once you point it out, they're like, oh, I guess you do kind of have that, or like, oh, I see that wrinkle, I don't know, whatever. So yeah, but I feel like this wouldn't make sense if I didn't, like, at least open up about some of mine. So yeah, so one of my biggest insecurities growing up was the fact that I had like a very, like, hooked nose. Like, if I don't know, I have like a, like, my nose is very, like, hooked, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't know, I did not draw that well, but my nose is like kind of like hooked, and I always thought it was like very big and just like not cute. Like, why is it shaped like that? Like, I didn't like it. And so I had that feeling forever. Like, I think the earliest time I can recall feeling a certain way about it is when I was 9, and I had these friends that weren't really my friends, and they, long story short, they were mad at me for like some really stupid reason. Like, it really didn't make sense. They were mad at me for no reason, and they, like, drove near where I was, or they just basically found, because I was at a different house, but I was still in my neighborhood, but they just went to, like, the house that I was at. I was like at my cousin's house or whatever, and they didn't drive with it, with the little, like, bicycles. They rode. Okay, so this is Hans. Let me see if Kristoff, maybe it was Kristoff, I don't know. I think they both have big noses, don't they? I guess maybe they did kind of clock me. They basically was like, oh, you look like this, and I was like, I read that note and I was super upset, and my mom found out, and she literally drove to the house and started fucking cussing their parents out. Was like, what the fuck is this? Like, why are your kids like that? Like, your kids are weird as fuck. And I was there like, mom, please, like, don't say anything, like, I'm embarrassed. And like, we had a whole like group meeting. It was like, because it was like a few parents. Like, we had a whole group session, like, everyone come here, and I need to talk to all y'all. And basically what resulted is that my mom didn't let me play with them, their parents didn't let me play with me, and yeah. But yeah, they were weird. I did not need them in my life. But yeah, so those friends said that about me because they were mad that I was hanging out with someone else. Like, it was so stupid. Like, it was so petty and dumb. But they said that about my nose, and I think that really stuck with me. But also, I feel like I probably felt that way before, but I'm not really sure. And then I remember going into high school, finally moving up into high school. And, like, I remember just feeling extra aware of my nose, like really disliking it. I never told anybody this. Like, I really did not want people to like realize that I had insecurities like everyone else was, you know what I mean? Because there was a lot of people that would always complain about themselves, and I would hear them and I'm like, but I didn't want to put my 2 cents about why I hate myself. It's like that Mean Girls like scene where they're like, ugh, my nail beds are ugly, you know what I mean? And then yeah, it was like that, except I was like, no, you are not about to know my deepest, darkest insecurities. Like, hell no. So yeah, I was like really insecure. And I remember that when I was in middle school, I would try to like lift my, I still do this by the way, but now I just do it out of habit. But it all started like in middle school. I would like try to lift my nose. So if y'all see me like lift my nose like that, it's like, it's just a habit. I just like doing it now. You know what I mean? I would lift my nose and I go like this, and this basically so that way my nose would be more upturned, because it kind of goes a little down, and I didn't like that. I wanted it to be upturned because like a lot of people were saying that that was the new trend. Like, everybody was loving those like little cute like up button noses or whatever. So I was like, yeah, I want that. So that's what I was doing, and it became a habit. But yeah, I remember one time in middle school, I had a friend. I don't really hold it up against her now because like we were really young back then, so it was like whatever, but I still remember it. And I remember like I was feeling like low-key kind of confident with, you know, I was feeling like a bad bitch. Like, I was like, yeah, like I don't know, I was just feeling really confident in myself. I was just feeling myself one day, and she said something like, oh yeah, you just need to get a nose job. And I was like, okay. Thank you for your constructive criticism. Thank you for your little note taken, or noted. Is that how you say? Noted. So yeah, she said that, and I was like, I low-key side-eyed her for that, and I was like, don't know where that came from, but okay. But she was a kid, so I'm just gonna let it go. But you know, and also I remember my mom even saying something like, oh yeah, when you're older you can always just get work done on your nose, like you can fix it up, like you can always get a nose job. And I was like, I'm your kid. You're supposed to be telling me that I'm perfect. You're supposed to be saying that there's nothing wrong with you and you shouldn't change anything about yourself. But she's like, yeah, when you're older you can like get a nose job. Even though I never brought it up. I never like was like, oh, let me get a nose job, or I don't like my nose. She just brought it upon herself to say that. I think we were talking about my aunts and how my aunts got a nose job, and then my mom was like, yeah, you should do one too, because like, you know, your nose is like out. Like, she literally was like, yeah, because you have like a hug nose. Like, and I was like, I was trying to love my, like, I was even in middle school, I knew that I shouldn't care about things like that. So during middle school I was still trying to like, okay, yeah, my nose is built like this, but like I gotta love myself. Like, you know, I was always trying to love myself since day one. Like, there was not a single day where I wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like, I was such a bad bitch out of the womb. Like, I was always trying to be confident. But even while I was trying to be confident, I still had people in my life. I had people in my life that, like, my loved ones were saying, like, sorry, I got tripped up over the love life. So even though I was trying to be like confident and still love myself, I still had people in my life that are supposed to be my close ones tell me like, you should get this done, you should get this done, like my friend and my mom. So it was definitely hard having to like try to hold your head up high and try to be like confident in yourself and love yourself while you got haters, you got people hating on you. So I was like, and those haters be one of your own. It really be your own. Like, I don't know. But I don't know. I don't think they meant anything offensive about that, but like it low-key offended me. So yeah. So fast forward to today. I mean, there was just a lot of like little mini stories I can go and talk about how some people made weird comments about it, but that'd just be a really long video, so we're not gonna go into it. But fast forward like today, and not even today, but like for a few years now, I've just kind of grown to accept myself like fully. Well, I don't know, there'll still be some minor setbacks where like one day you just look at yourself and you're like, I really do not like myself today. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to say like, oh no, is my battery died, please hold through, please hold through. Anyways, yeah, I'm not trying to say like, oh, when you fully love yourself, you're like never gonna like have insecurities. No, even you can still love yourself and still have minor insecurities. Like, it's going to happen. It's just natural. It's part of you. But today I can literally like look at myself and like be like, yeah, I'm cute. Even on days when I wake up and I look like a fucking hot mess, I'm like, yeah, I look like a hot mess, but you know what, I'm still cute. Like, whatever, it is what it is. And I think the reason how I came to be so confident in myself is, one, fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it is basically literally my life motto. It's like how I became so confident in myself. Like, people and my life and my friends and my family always tell me like, yeah, like she's the confident one in the friend group, or like she's super confident, or she's like this. And really, I fucking hate myself. But I never show it. That's why people think that I'm confident. And I feel like pretending to be confident and pretending to like be all over yourself and like love yourself eventually makes you love yourself. Like, it's a weird like psychology trick, but eventually I didn't have to pretend anymore. Like, I just did love myself. Like, it was really weird, and it sounds super easy. Like, I know people who struggle with like their self-image and how they see themselves. It really can become a burden, and it's really hard to deal with. And so the whole fake it till you make it, I understand how that can sound very like stupid and just like, oh, that's not gonna work, or that's just some BS that all fucking YouTubers say or influencers say. But like, straight up, I remember watching a YouTuber back when I was in middle school, and one of the tips that they gave me was like, fake it till you make it. And I've been holding up that standard since I've ever heard it. Like, till this day, I still do that. Like, I'll fake it till. So we're just gonna get back into it. Also, I have Daisy here with me. She woke up from a little nappy. But yeah, so I am a firm believer. Daisy, I'm a firm believer of faking it till you'll make it, and it's honestly worked for me. That's why I'm always like so like the way I am is because of that whole mantra. Like, I'm such a like, I'm better than like, sometimes I almost overdo it to the point where I'm like, I'm literally like better than everyone. Like, literally everyone wants to be like me. Like, that's the way I think. Like, I am like in this Delulu land, but it's the way I want to be. Like, that's the world that I want to live in. So any world where I'm not the center of attention, I don't want to be in there. Like, no thank you. So yeah, that's how I kind of like learned to just, I mean, I still have like insecurities, but they're minor and I don't really think about them as much as I used to. So they're just kind of like in the back of my mind, and just kind of like, it is what it is. No one's perfect. Like, so, you know, like, it's just things like that you just kind of have to like, everyone was born the way they are. Like, everyone's born to be different, and it really shouldn't weigh on you. And this is especially the reason why I believe this is I especially feel like social media and all these trends are very just detrimental to the psyche and like just mental health in general. I feel like there are a lot of trends that used to be popular back then that are not popular now. And specifically body types in general. Like I remember when it was in I remember when it was 2000s. I wasn't even born. Like I was born in 2006, so I was like born towards the later end. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I remember like girl, I was literally watching Peppa Pig. But anyways, yeah. But I do know that like back then that there was the thin eyebrows. They had the thin eyebrows going on, and that was super trendy back then. It was like super thin, like high, like arched eyebrows, and everyone was plucking their eyebrows and making them super thin. And then I'd say maybe like 2019, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember the era, but then there was an era of like super like filled in eyebrows, and then that became a trend. And so those who had bushy eyebrows and bushy thick eyebrows back in the 2000s felt like they needed to pluck their hair out and they didn't like their eyebrows. And now people like in this era, you know, have thin eyebrows and they're trying to overline their eyebrows and try to make them filled in, trying to like keep up with the standards and like the beauty standards today. And the thing is, beauty standards are always the thing is beauty standards are always changing and evolving and changing and going back to the way it was and then changing again. So there is no way where the human body can physically just keep up with how fast the beauty standards are changing. It's unreasonable and just crazy for anybody to expect anyone to always keep up on trend. Like, why should I, you know? Why should you keep up with the trends? Like, it's just gonna change again, and you shouldn't have to change your body to keep up with a certain standard that's just gonna change in the next few months. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, that's another thing that I just like to keep in mind when it comes to, I guess, my self-image, is that a lot of this shit is, it's, you know, you never know. Like, whatever you think you're insecure of right now might become trendy in the next year. Like, literally, I remember a few months ago, there was a trend of, like, putting, like, lipstick or something under your eyes and, like, smudging it to make it look like you have eye bags. Guys, look at me. I am the queen. I'm the queen of eye bags. I am the queen. I am the queen of eye bags, okay? I have these eye lines down here, and they're nice and red and purpley, and they're noticeable. They're extremely noticeable. Like, I am an eye bag type of girl. That's like one of my like noticeable features around me. When you see me, you see that I got these eye bags, and people are like, "Oh, you look tired. You look tired. Did you get sleep?" No, bitch. It's genetics. Like, I was born with these eye bags. So, yeah. And then it comes to find out, like, a few months ago, there was a whole trend on putting lipstick underneath your eyes to make you look like you have eye bags. And I was like, oh, so where was this when I was growing up? And people were making fun of me for my eye bags. Like, where was this? And it's so surreal and interesting to think about it, because the way you think about eye bags right now is you don't see a world where that is cute. You know what I mean? At least if you put your mind back then, you know, before this became trendy. If you think about it, you can't physically like imagine how eye bags would be cute. How is looking sleep deprived cute? Like, how is that cute? But then you see these trends, and for some reason, somehow, I don't know if this is like just seeing everyone like look a certain way and trying to follow this trend, but somehow it's who's calling me? Hold on, I'll be back. Anyways, bye. So like, yeah, I was saying, it became cute. Like, I guess just seeing everyone else do it, seeing everyone else follow the trend, I feel like it's maybe like a psychological thing where you just feel like you want to be like everyone else, and everyone else is doing it. Like, this is a cute thing. And I'm not here to hate on eye bags. I have eye bags, okay? Like, I already showed you. I have eye bags. And so as a person with eye bags, I felt like it was very strange that it was all of a sudden like a cute thing and a trendy thing. And like, I mean, I was happy, but also I feel like the eye bags that they were doing were like low key, like not the same eye bags I have. Like, mine are natural, and there was like, they were going for like this like smoky, like cute pinkish reddish eye bag look. But that's a whole nother point. That doesn't even matter. But yeah, like, what I'm saying is like, you can't possibly imagine what is gonna be beautiful in the next 2 or 3 years. You absolutely can't imagine. Who knows? Like, what if in the next 3 years they're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna get a nose job to make my nose look like this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want a hooked nose. Like, I think that is so cute and trendy. Like, no more small noses. Everybody in 2028 is gonna be like, you know what? Big noses are cute as fuck. And I want a cute big nose. Like, you know what I mean? So like, you just don't know. Like, you actually can't know, because who would have imagined that eye bags would have been a cute thing? Like, I don't know. Am I the only one that's crazy for that? Like, I feel like. And the same thing, another thing that's been trending is back in, I guess also in the 2000s maybe. I don't remember when this was, but I recently found out that thigh gaps were cute back then, and I guess they're cute now. I'm not sure. I can't even keep up with it anymore. I don't even know what's cute and what's not cute. But I feel like they've gone in and out, and just being skinny, but then it was a whole thing in the 90s and the 2000s, but then being curvy was such a huge thing in 2020, like this era, but now being skinny is like the whole new thing right now. And it's like, what? Like, can you, like, what's, you know? So I'm saying, like, you don't want to, like, just think about freaking Ice Spice. Like, Ice Spice was a curvy ass bitch. She was like, no hate to Ice Spice, by the way, but like, she was curvy, she was plump, and everybody, loved that shit. Kim Kardashian, she had a big BBL. There's like the whole BBL era, and everybody loved that shit. But now I'm starting to see more people like on Ozempic. Like, I think Ice Spice was on this. I don't know the rumors now, but she's lost hella weight. I think I heard somewhere that Kim Kardashian's like trying to take out her BBL and trying to be skinny again and like nice and So I'm like, what happened? Like, everybody loved big booties. Now everybody wants to be like just skinny, skinny, skinny. Like, I'm just like, what's going on? Like, so it's like, these celebrities can do it because they have the money to do these procedures and stuff, but you can't possibly imagine any person trying to like change and alter their body like that at a quick pace, the same pace that these trends are going in and out. It's just not possible. How are you gonna expect me to like get a fat ass? You know how hard it is to get a fat ass, like a big bubble butt, like dump truck ass? It's literally impossible. Like, you have to, like, it depends on your genetics, of course, but if you're like me, I'm like fast metabolism. Like, I got a cute little booty, but like, ain't no way I'm gonna have like those big like dump trucks like in the next year. Like, that shit is gonna require hella time, hella protein, which means a lot of money on protein. Sorry, I'm just like, you know what I mean? So like, that's a lot of work. And then like, next thing you know, like by the time that happens is like, oh, actually, we just want you to be skinny as fuck. So actually, now you gotta spend all this time losing all that weight, and it's like, pick and choose. So that's why I'm like, dude, don't don't change yourself for any trend, any beauty standard right now, because it's all bullshit. Like, it really is. And quite frankly, you should only be trying to change yourself if you want to do it for yourself. Like, if you feel like this is cute and you want this for yourself and whatever, then you go do that, okay? Like, you should only be, and this goes for like even things that are not like, how should I say, not body trends or whatever, like let's say like skinny jeans or whatever, like all clothing trends or hairstyle, whatever. Like, only follow the trends that you actually fuck with and that you think are cute and that suit your style, because at the end of the day, these trends are gonna go in and out and people are gonna look back regardless and be like, oh, that was ugly, why did we do that? And then change their minds later. So it's like, really, like, how are you gonna, you know, like, this world is crazy. Like, you just can't keep up with it. It's just unreasonable. So yeah. And back to what I said about the thigh gaps. Me personally, I don't know what the rave is about the thigh gaps. Like, I'm not hating on anybody who has thigh gaps. I probably have a thigh gap. I can't really tell right now because I'm wearing like pants and stuff. So I actually don't know if I have a thigh gap, to be honest. I gotta look in the mirror. But me personally, like, I don't really think thigh gaps are cute, and that's just my preference. If you get a thigh gap, like, please don't get like ashamed or embarrassed or like hurt about it. It's just like a preference. Like, I don't really like, for me, I've always been a thick thighs save lives type of girl. Like, I don't know, that's just me. Like, I really like thick thighs. I think they're cute, and like anybody who got thick thighs, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so cute and plump and juicy. Like, yes, I want to be like you. You know what I mean? But I've been seeing on the internet that like everybody's crazy about these thigh gaps, and people want thigh gaps and they're insecure because their thighs are too big and they actually touch. And I'm like, excuse me? Your thighs are touchy? Like, that is so cute. Like, I don't get it. And I'm not even saying this to be like, oh my gosh, like, every body type is perfect. And like, you know, no, I genuinely, like, truthfully, honestly, like, I believe the thick thighs are, you know, are it. But, like, genuinely, like, sorry, I'm like, yeah, but yeah, it's just like that is like my preference. And so if I want to have thick thighs save lives, then, you know, I'm gonna hit the gym, or I don't know, or I won't do anything. I'll just appreciate the thick thighs or whatever. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to like do surgery to try to have a thigh gap just because everyone else is crazy about having a thigh gap. Like, you really have to reflect on yourself and know who you are as a person, and know what you actually fuck with, what you actually like, what is actually in your interest, what you think is beautiful, and stick to that, and only look at trends as something like, oh, is this something that I'm interested in? Is like a new idea that's, you know, popping up. But don't look at it like as I have to follow this. Like, first think about yourself first and think like, do I actually like this? Because if you don't fuck with it, then don't, you know, obsess over it. Why are you gonna obsess over something that, you know, people are probably not even gonna like in a few years, you know? So I don't know, that's just, I'm using thigh gaps as an example, but there's like so many numerous examples that you can use. And yeah, I just want to reiterate, girl, if you have a thigh gap, like, no hate to you. Like, I'm just saying, like, my preference, like, I always thought thick thighs are like, you know, it. But, you know, it really, at the end of the day, whether it's my preference or not, it doesn't matter, because right now people are liking it. So, you know, but then people might not like it in the future, but then people might like it again. So it's like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know, that's just what I've been thinking about lately. Like, I've just been thinking about these trends and how they just don't be making sense. And I don't know, I just realized that I've been like talking to a camera for what, 20 minutes now, and like getting passionate over like these thick brows, thin brows, you know, like skinny, plump, juicy, curvy, like all of this beauty standards, and it's just like, it's so unnecessary. It's so, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I think Daisy's tired of it too. I don't know, but let me know if I should detox from the internet, because I've been low-key feeling that way, you know? Like, I know everybody says, oh, I took a break from social media for 30 days. Did you? Did you really? Like, I really don't believe it, but I don't know. I feel like we should all take a break from social media. I know my friend does it a lot, and I don't know how he does it. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's the next video, taking a break from social media. Like, I don't know, because social media is just so bad for you. But yeah, that was the video. If you liked it, make sure you actually like it. The fuck, hit that thumbs up button, and make sure you like and subscribe, and check out my other yap sessions videos. And yeah, all right. Mwah.